Hello class, and welcome to the Geographer's Craft. I'm at the University of Texas at Austin in the Department of Geography and the Environment. This is Lab 6. We're going to do a custom map projection. So the first thing we're going to do on this lab is we are going to start by picking a state and county within the U.S. where we want to work. So I like using Google Earth, so I'm going to copy this here. Google Chrome. Here we go. Paste and go. Just look at that again and just make sure. Okay, so here we go. We are at the Tigerline shapefiles. And then what we're going to do first is we're going to download the 2009 Tigerline shapefiles. Okay, so when this comes up, I'm going to use Texas and Travis County. You don't really need to do this here because we're just gonna, this is okay here. And then what I want is I want the county and equivalent. Okay, so this is gonna give us all the county information. So just double click on that, county and equivalent. And then we're going to do the usual, which is we get it here. Extract files, these are all zipped, and I'm going to put these in my Lab 6 folder. Now you can obviously do this anywhere. I'm doing it on my desktop just because it's easier, but you want it stored in a place where you can use it later. So Lab 6 is right there. So let's take a look at these right here, right? But it's the usual stuff, right? You have all of your different shape files which will be used in ArcMap. So okay, we're done with that right there, and now what we're going to do is close out Google Chrome, and then we're going to open up ArcMap 10. Okay, so once this is open, what we're going to do first is we got this here, and we are going to import the shapefile from our folder. So we got blank documents here. Also make sure that you go to the Mac document properties and just make sure that your store relative path names and data sources are checked. Okay, so this should be old HatTL. We're going to import our data. So add data, and this is the shapefile that we're using right here. So add this, and bam, right there. There is the state of Texas. Now there's a couple ways to select Travis County. One way is you can click on it right here. I like going to Open Attribute Table, select by attributes, and then let's see, this is names LSAD. Click this here, equals, and then get unique values, and you go to Travis County. Okay. There it is, Travis County. So hit apply. Oops, I didn't hit it. So make sure that you double click it, and once it says name LSAD equals Travis County, you apply, and that should select it right there. Okay, so let's close this out, and then what you do here is you go to export data, and it should say selected features, right? So what I'm going to do is just name this as Travis 1. Okay, so we've done this before. We have the state of Texas, and we're just going in there and just selecting Travis County. Okay. Yes, we want to export this as a map layer. Right. Now I'm going to change that color just so it sticks out a little bit more. Even though it's a pretty horrible color, it does stick out. Okay. So we have our Travis County and our map right there. Okay, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to take off this state layer, and we're going to look a little bit more at Travis County. Okay. Now, since we're going to use the transverse Mercator on this one here, what we're going to do is first thing that we need is we're going to write some of this down. So we need a new sticky note. So I'm going to do a little sticky note right here. What we're going to look at is we're trying to find a central meridian. And what a central meridian is it's kind of the point in the middle right here. So I'm going to use, let's see, 97. Let's see, where's this in here? Let's write this down. So 97,785,30299. Okay. So what we're using right here is in the middle. This is 97.785, which is a negative, and then 30.299. Okay, so this is our central meridian in longitude and latitude. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use the measure tool, and we're going to check out the eastings and the northing of Travis County as well. Okay, so all these things are going to help us make a more accurate projection. Okay, now this is on a pretty small scale, so it isn't. It's a little bit easier, and it won't be as noticeable in the change. But we're making a custom projection so that this map is more true to shape. Okay, and size. Okay, so we're going here, and let's make sure these are in meters right here. Distance there in meters. Now, if you click here. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it should be. So let's say this is about 78,000 meters. Okay, and that is our easting, right? Okay, let's bring up our, and then if you want to get rid of it, you just double click it. So 7823. Okay, now then the northing is going to be from the bottom here up to the top right here. Okay, let's do that again actually, and that is just about, let's say it's about 66,000. Okay, so let's double click this here, and then so this is our easting, and then 66,000 is our northing. Okay, now they're pretty close. If we had something that was a lot bigger and that was much longer east-west than it is tall, we would probably use the a different projection or a different scale factor. But this is pretty similar here, so we're going to use the transverse Mercator. What happens is this isn't something that is like, as you move further out here, it's not going to be as accurate. The scale is kind of tough to do because what you're doing is taking something that is three-dimensional and on a sphere and trying to lay that out. So the further out you go, the less accurate the scale is going to be. That's called scale factor. But in this one, since it isn't that big and it's roughly the same size north and east, then we're just going to keep it like that. Okay, so we have all this information right here, and then what we're going to do next is we are going to, we're going to close this out. We have all the necessary stuff. Go to this layer right here and go to properties, and we're going to go to new projected coordinate system. This is going to be here, a transverse Mercator, and let's name this, let's just name this Travis Custom. Okay, Travis Custom, and then we have all this stuff. We just took all this information, right? Now I already said that our scale factor is going to stay at 1 since it isn't that long east and west, and it's also not that big of an area. I mean, if it was more of an area, we would maybe change that. But so our easting, let's pull up our, here it is right here. So easting is going to be 78,000. Okay. And our northing is going to be 66. Now our central meridian, right, is going to be the longitude. So that's negative 97. Negative 97.785, and then the latitude of origin is going to be 30.299. Okay, So we have all this right here, right? Now the only other thing I want to do is I want to make sure that we also select a geographic coordinate system. So we're going to use one that we know and love. Go to North America, and then the NAD 1983. Okay, so we have all this here, right? And then we are going to hit select. Oh, cancel, we did that, and then hit finish and apply. Yes. Okay, so as you can see in the back, it just changed that a little bit, right? Okay, we just got a little bit of change right there. So this is our custom layer right here. Now, okay, so we've done that here. We've made our own custom map projection, and then the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to compare this to a more common standard projection, right? So this right here is the Travis County shapefile, and this is our custom projection right here in this layer, right? So if you look at it here, properties, you can see right here, this is Travis Custom. So we made this system here. So what I want to do is I want to make an entirely different one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Insert and go to Data Frame. So we're inserting a new data frame. Go to Properties here, and I'm going to name this Travis Standard. Okay, so you can name it anything you want, but just know that what it is it's okay, so it's a more standard projection, right? So we have this right here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this standard coordinate system predefined. This is Texas. I'm going to go to State Systems, and then I'm going to go to, it should be right up top, Texas Statewide Mapping System. Okay, so you can kind of see a lot of other things that we've done before. So usually these are already set, right? So these things are already set. This is the Lambert conformal conic projection. It already gives a false easting and a false northing like we did. It gives a central meridian. So these are things that we just added in so we could get a more accurate one for what we needed there. Okay, so we're going to hit apply and hit OK. Oh, okay, so we got that there. And what we're going to do is we're going to drag Travis County below there, right? I'm going to click this guy back on. Okay, I'm going to go to Layout View, and when we're in Layout View here, we should be able to see these maps, and we're going to start looking at their differences. So you really can't see anything right now. Now I just have some pretty horrible colors, which I'm going to change in a second. But the first thing I want to do right now is I want to go to Page and Print Setup, and I want to turn this into a landscape. So make sure that the size is on letter, and then that it is on landscape. And we're going to hit OK. And what I'm going to also do is I'm going to take off this right here. Okay. So now we have these two right here, and I'm going to try and work on getting them a similar size so you can kind of tell them apart a little bit better. And I can do this by going to right here, zoom to layer, and then it's right here, zoom to layer. Okay, so this is a little bit better, but you can kind of see if you get these the right size how they're just a little bit different, and these aren't the same size yet. Okay, so I'm going to finish the rest of this and how you set up your map in the part 2 of this lab, but we are most of the way done. We already have our projections. You can go up here and also just double check which ones are which. You can also, what may be good is just do these different colors right now as you can see. But if you go up here, you can go to properties. Oops, properties up here and see the different projections. Okay, so this is the one that we made, and this is the other one right here. Okay, so I will see y'all in the part 2. Thank you.